What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. We are gonna push through today. We're live on all of my social media accounts: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about twisted words. The topic today is on twisted words. The ripple effect on what you say. We're going to give you 3 ways that, like, how your words lead you right into spiritual warfare, and I'm going to give you a tip on how to overcome that. Didn't know, like, past week I've been feeling really down, not emotionally, but in my health. I've been pretty down. Not gonna say online because I don't want the live stream to get nixed, but been sick. Not all the way back, but I haven't been posting regularly. So thank you guys for being here. I haven't been answering any calls, any DMs. Today's like the first real day I've kind of bounced back a little bit. But I thank you guys for your attention. Your attention is the most valuable spiritual asset. It will always be the most valuable spiritual asset. What your attention is on is what you worship. Okay, your attention is what you are worshiping, and what you worship also then provides for you. This is the equation that we were not taught. So thank you guys for being here. Okay, thank you guys for your attention. And I thank you guys for caring about yourself just enough. Just enough. So with that being said, have you ever had a misunderstanding come from something that you said that you actually meant to be very helpful? Like you wanted to give somebody advice. Maybe it's your brother, sister, your friend. Like you genuinely wanted to give advice, some love to somebody. Maybe not even advice or guidance or mentorship. Maybe it's just a hello, and it just got super twisted. Well, I know I have, and quite oftentimes this leads into a bigger consequences, like divorces, end of a lifelong friendship, parent to child relationship ruined, teacher to, student relationship ruined. And the misunderstanding can happen in many different ways. And not like, it could be like business owner to employee, or from partner to partner in a business relationship. The misunderstanding of what you say, it goes way further than I think people understand. Words are the building block to life. Words are the building blocks to life, and God even told us that. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. If you go to any child and say, what do you want to be? They have to think about it. They cannot think without words. That's how the equation occurs. They cannot think without words. The words have to be present even for thought. You can speak without thinking, but you can't think without words. Is this making sense? You can speak without thinking, but you cannot think without words. You should know that that's very true. It's very true, even if you disagree with it. If you want to grow a business, you have to think about it. If you want to scale your business, you have to think about it. If you want to start a business, you have to think about it. If you want to start a family, you have to think about it. If you want to get healthy, you have to think about it. If you want to run a marathon, you have to think about it. If you want to run faster in your marathon, you have to think about it. If you want to, go to a bar and drink alcohol, you've got to think about it. If you want to slap somebody in the face, you've got to think about it. You want to curse somebody out, you got to think about it. Everything in your life that you want to build, that you want to create, whether it's good or bad, you have to think about it. Words are the first thing present. And God showed us that out of all of everything. He created all the stars, all the grains of sand, all the atoms in your hair, all the fish in the sea. He created. And he gave us the equation for how to create. How to create. And, it's so amazing to me because he told us that we are made in his image. And an image is an artificial representation of a person or a thing. An image is an artificial representation of a person or a thing. And when you understand the value of this, we are made in his image. He did not say dogs are made in his image. We are supposed to mimic the pattern of God. And then he gives us the pattern. He literally gives us the pattern. In the beginning was the Word. Did you know there are demons present in trying to tempt you with twisting your words, so that not so that you just don't know what words mean. It's so that you have a very skewed view of reality. You're living in a completely different world. And it's not that your world is different and it's bad, or that living in a different world is bad. It's that living in a world that you think that everything is out to attack you, that's dangerous. It's not dangerous only to you. It's dangerous to absolutely everybody else. Because if you think that there's not enough money out for everybody to be rich, there's plenty of money for every single human being to be rich. And I mean that. Rich. Not just, just able to survive and go to, a vacation here and there. There's enough money on the planet for every human being to be rich. But it only takes one person, one single human being alive, to think that there's not enough money, and now that person is greed. That person is influenced by the demon of mammon. That person, and like greed itself, is infectious. Once this greedy person, it only takes one greedy person, and now like billions of people think that rich is evil. Now, billions of people think that there's not enough money for everybody to be rich, that you had to have stepped on people's back in order to get all this money. Twisted words. You're living in a world that's different, but it's dangerous. Sure, some people can't see the color red. That's fine. Okay, people weren't born with the cones in their, in their eyeballs to detect red. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. But then there are some people who are not able to see red, but then think that people who see red are demonic. You go online and you curse everybody who can see red. You must be from Satan himself if you can see red. You see how dangerous that is? It's dangerous. Twisted words. There's a demon here that twists your words. And I only just spoke about greed. If you like, greed and gluttony are so closely related, but they're different. Greed is the obsession with accumulating. Now, gluttony is when you cannot stop accumulating. It's the overconsumption. You are consumed with consuming. You are consumed with the endpoint. So you overeat, and now you're 700 pounds. Now you don't have any employees, but you're a billionaire. That's gluttony. Okay. You have 15 working automobiles, and it's just you that ever get to use them. That's gluttony. It's gluttony. There's many types of gluttony, but like, I'm going to get down to it. Okay, I'm going to get down to it. What is the demon that twists your words? What is the demon that gets into your mind and shifts something in your sight? And remember, sight is not ruled by your eyeballs. Sight is ruled by your mind. Sight is ruled by your mind. What's the demon? The demon is called Leviathan. Okay? Leviathan is depicted in the Bible as a twisted snake, a twisted sea serpent. Okay? I like to envision Godzilla, or maybe like a massive crocodile. Excuse me. So this massive crocodile, this demon called Leviathan, he is ruler of two deadly sins. One, pride. Two, envy. Okay, pride and envy. This demon is ruler of pride and envy. Pride. Let's start there. Pride is the love of display. That's what the word means. Remember, in the beginning was the word. In the beginning was the word. Pride, the love of display. How many doctors do I have in the chat? How many business owners do I have in the chat? How many people with degrees do I have in the chat? How many single mothers do I have in the chat? How many fathers do I have in the chat? Are you proud of yourself? Are you proud of all of your accomplishments? This is an example of pride, the love of display. I am a great father. I'm proud of myself. I'm a great mom. I'm proud of myself. Look, I have a doctoral degree. Look, can't you see it hanging up behind me? I have 15 bachelor's degrees. Look how studied I am. You know, bodybuilders, look how strong I am. Look at me. The love of display. That's pride. That's literally what pride is. The love of display. Look at me. Look at me. It's like grown children. Jesus Christ. You're like grown children. You know, I mean, you won your soccer game. How long are we going to bask in that? Let's move on to the next thing. So, like, pride goes further than that. It gets very complicated. Demons are very intelligent. They're not dumb by any means. Now we have OnlyFans. You know, women who lead with their sexual energy to manipulate men, mostly men, who are sexually immature. It's clear they have no concept of their sexual energy. They don't have no boundaries, no control, no management skills when it comes to their sexuality, their sexual urges. They have none, and you exploit that. Pride. That's pride. Many people think that pornography is ruled by lust. It's not. The love of display. Pride is the love of display. And many people gauge their growth off of applause. Many people think that I have to have somebody clapping for me, telling me how good of a job that I've done to make sure that I'm in my purpose. That's not even purpose. That's called flattery. For you to understand that you are in your purpose, you need three things. I call them 3 C's. I didn't discover this. Mr. Myron Golden discovered this, and I 100% agree with this. You need to feel connection, creativity, and contribution. Those 3 C's, and you are in your purpose. Connection, contribution, and creativity. Connection, contribution, and creativity. That's purpose. But if you require applause, that, oh my God, Kyle, you're on your way. Do you know I wasn't always at 1 million followers on TikTok? I wasn't always at like 130,000 on Instagram. You know, I wasn't there. Pride. Leviathan rules pride. So whenever you see or hear anybody say that I am proud of you, just know from here on out, they placed a curse on you. The word proud, the etymology of the word proud, it means guilty of committing the sin of pride. Now, your intent does not outweigh the design of the spells you are casting. Your intent does not outweigh the design of the spells you are casting. So if you say, I'm so proud of you, Kyle, I know your intent, but you just handed me a glass of poison when you thought it was water. You now know it's poison, but you still handed it to me. But your wishes, all your might on the inside, you thought that it was good enough to change it. You thought it was that you are an alchemist, somehow shifting the weight of the glass. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. So proud and pride, same thing. Pride, the love of display. Pride is when you are slowly becoming an idol. You want people to worship you. Deep down, psychologically, you want people to worship you. This is why I always say, do not worship your children. They are not to be worshiped. Do not worship your children. You're raising narcissists. You're creating people that require worship in order to feel that they are growing. What is happening here? What's really happening here? I will get to a replacement a little later. So, Leviathan is the demon that twists your words. He's also the ruler of envy. And envy is when you just don't want somebody to be where they are at. So, Elon Musk is the world's richest man. Elon Musk. He's the world's most successful entrepreneur. Elon Musk. And a lot of people will say he's evil. He's a reptilian. He's evil because he's rich. He has more money than he needs. Do you know how many families Elon Musk is actually providing for? How many employees does Elon Musk have? Starlink, X, or former Twitter, and all of his other ventures that he has that I'm unaware of. How many employees does he have? Seriously. Okay? He is probably not like the perfect man, and neither are we. We all were born into sin. Every last one of us, born into sin. Born into sin. I'm not here to judge. But the fact that he is the world's richest man is not enough evidence for me to say that he is evil. I'm not saying he's holy either. I don't even know him. But money is not an indication that somebody is evil. But if you don't want him to be evil because you are poor or broke, that is envy. That is an indication Leviathan is entrenched in your mind. His roots are spread wide. Your mindset, your vision, he's controlling it. I'm your puppet. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. And now You can't see anything else. Now you walk through life looking at everything as being against you. Well, the government is working against me. Why can't rich people pay their taxes? You do know you have access to the same rules, the tax code, that everybody here in the United States. Like, if you create a business and work from home, use your rent or your mortgage as a tax write-off. Because your business is renting your home. And I mean this wholeheartedly. This is not a joke. Okay? Like, taxes itself might be evil, but rich people not paying taxes is not evil. They're just taking advantage of what is provided to them. Now, do rich people do evil things? Of course. Like, corrupt people are corrupt. Period. But I will tell you, there are, by and large, far more people that are greedy, that are poor, rather than rich. Actually, greed makes you poor, not rich. Greed makes you poor, not rich. Imagine if all the rich people listened to the poor people and gave all their money away all at once. Everybody would be poor. Literally, everybody would be poor. Envy, okay? Envy is ruled by Leviathan. Envy is when you just don't want somebody to have what they have. Jealousy is when you want what they have. You want to be in Elon Musk's seat. Okay. Jealousy is when you start to create like an army of folks, kind of like Jezebel, create an army of folks, of people that hate Elon. Elon stole that idea from me. Just an example. Okay. Elon stole that idea from me. I did that and he owes me money. So you sue him, right? And you try to get social media behind you, your cause, to let Elon give all his money to you. That's jealousy, okay? So envy is when you just don't want somebody where they're at. Well, why are they pastoring? How did he get to be the CEO of this company? We went to high school together. He doesn't deserve that. We got drunk together. Huh? Him or her? That doesn't make sense. So, twisting words. All right, let's dive deeper into it, okay? Leviathan. Let's talk about the process, the principalities of, or the principles of this demon called Leviathan. So, one principle of Leviathan is to stay alive, he requires movement. Okay? Motion is required for life in Leviathan. So like a crocodile or an alligator, I'm not too well versed in these dang on creatures. I despise them, to be honest. But I've seen on National Geographic, when they're eating things like deer or antelope or whatever, they have to bite and drag them underneath the water, and they move their head back and forth very fast, and then they do what is called a death roll to kind of take the limb off, take the arm or leg off. Excuse me. And what ends up happening is motion is required, just like how crocodiles need to eat to go back and forth. Leviathan needs arguments in order to eat. And Leviathan needs you to argue with people in order to eat. You feed Leviathan by argument. Okay, an argument is spiritual food. It's spiritual. It's like spiritual worship to this demon called Leviathan. Oh, you just don't know me. Oh, I'll never let anybody disrespect me. I'll never let anybody talk to me like that. Man, Leviathan is so far entrenched in your mind, you don't even understand anything else but pride. This is real teaching here. This is the real deal. And I need you guys to understand this. Arguments it's like fertilizer to Leviathan. And how does somebody get into arguments? Well, number one, you can just simply misunderstand what somebody's saying. Twisted words. In the beginning was the word. So maybe I say, hello, I like your shirt today. But this shirt is, let's say your ex-husband said that this shirt looks like it makes you look ugly. And he just told you that. But I didn't know that. But I just came along and said, hey, I think this shirt looks really nice on you. But you hate your ex-husband. You just hate your ex-husband. And now you're like, don't talk about people that you don't know. Because you interpreted me saying, I hate the shirt on you. You see, twisted words, Leviathan, twisting your perception. In the beginning was the word. Okay, so when you understand this, your whole life is going to be different. Your whole life is going to be different. Like a tennis match. To keep the match going, you need to hit the ball back. If you don't hit the ball back, somebody is jumping up. Yay, I won. The crowd is cheering for them. How are you going to handle that loss? The demons cheering and everybody else that's possessed with with demons is also cheering. Yay! Look how accomplished this person is. Look, Kyle is a doctor, or for example, something else. Oh my God, she's a beautiful queen. Look at her body. Oh, she's so sexy. And now you have like 50 other stupid, immature men online saying the same thing. Look how sexy she is. They're the ones cheering for the tennis match. Okay? How are you going to handle the loss? You need patience. Patience. Okay, you need patience. This is a requirement in the kingdom. Patience is a virtue. I bet you don't even know where that phrase came from. Patience is a virtue. Excuse me, I'm getting hot. Patience is a virtue because patience is delivered from one of God's angelic beings called virtue. There are many different angelic beings. Virtue is one of them. There's principalities, there's thrones, there's cherubims, there's seraphims, there's archangels. There's angels. There's a whole bunch. Virtue is one of them. Patience comes from virtue. That's why they say patience is a virtue. We didn't even know where that phrase came from. And we say it all the time. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a godly thing. Now, what is patience? Patience is not waiting, but patience is a calm endurance of misfortune. So when you are going through your fast, how are you enduring that? Calmly? Or are you broadcasting it to everybody that that knows you? Yeah, I'm going through this fast right now. It's really hard, Hey, look, I was sick. Like way worse. I still am now, but like I was on my back for 3 days. Didn't even know who I was. I'm thankful to God to be alive. You should know I did not contact anybody, letting them know how sick I was. Nobody knows how sick I was. Nobody really understands how sick I am now. Calm endurance through misfortune. That's patience. Patience is part of grace. The fruit of the Spirit. Grace. God's unmerited love and favor. I thank God for it. And you should too. When Leviathan is urging you, please keep me alive through arguments, through these stupid little things, arguments. You left the dishes out. You don't talk to me. I'm a grown man. Stop talking to me like this. What are you doing? You're setting the tone. You're like, tone matters. What you hear matters. This is why all the students that I'm coaching right now, they 100% hear from me, set the tone. You set the tone in your house. Yes, set the tone. What does that mean? Play music. However you are feeling, if it's not a godly feeling, set the tone. There's a song by Pharrell. It goes, I'm so happy, clap along if you feel like it. I actually love that song. But there are times when I'm actually upset, when I'm irritated. That song doesn't really vibrate well with me. And I'm like, I don't really like that song right now. But this song shifts my mood. It shifts the energy. Why? Because in the beginning was the Word. And if I'm not speaking the words, I want proper words spoken to me. Okay? For real. If I'm not speaking the proper words, I want proper words spoken to me. I don't need more curses on my life. I don't want music that's going to start keeping me down. I know it sounds like I'm an old man talking, here, but Jesus, it's the real stuff, man. The solutions to your problems are simple. I'm in a bad mood. Play that song. I'm so happy, clap along if you feel like a I don't know the words. Okay, clap along if you feel like a room. I'm so happy. It's true, man. It's true. And at first, if you're in a funky mood, it's gonna feel like what I feel like I'm 2 years old. Just give it time. For real. Give it like 2 minutes. You'll get on the rhythm and you'll be like, hey, this ain't so bad. And then you'll repeat the song. You're like, man, this is actually jamming right here. Hold up, And then you'll get up. You'll probably dance to the sync, or you'll dance to the office or whatever. It works. It absolutely works. But if you play music that's talking about beating people up and my dog just died and all this crazy stuff, you're gonna be there. Okay? Now, I want to talk to you about how words are how twisting your words, how twisting your mindset ultimately shifts how you see life. It shifts how you see life completely. And it deals with your mind. Now, your mind and your brain are not the same thing. Okay? Your mind and your brain are not the same thing. Your brain is the organ that manages critical processes in your body, heartbeat, lungs, temperature, and a whole bunch of other things that you need. Then you have, your brain also thinks. Your mind, I think your mind is a vastly more important aspect of your body than your brain is. And it's way more vast. It's way bigger than your mind or your brain. So this your mind controls your imagination. Your mind controls your hallucination. Your hallucination is not bad. Hallucinating is not bad. Hallucination is how you see visions. Okay? You have visions. You have dreams. You can even see the colors in front of you. The way you can see that is through hallucination. And I mean that. If you close your eyes and you can imagine a rhinoceros flying at the light of at the speed of light. You had to hallucinate in order to do that. Doesn't mean it's bad. It means that you have a mind. Delusions are bad. When you have delusions, it means that you are seeing things as real, but are not real. Like if you see another human being with me right now, you're delusional. That's bad. That is bad. Twisted reality. Your reality is twisted. Your So your mind controls sight, and sight is just an umbrella term that deals with concentration, focus, attention, clarity, perspective, perception, vision, hallucination, delusion, dreams, a bunch of things, literally a bunch of different things. That's sight. Okay. People who have zero use in their eyeballs still have sight. People who have zero use in their eyeballs still have sight. And if you ask somebody who have no eyeballs or who cannot see or detect anything with their eyeballs, ask them, what is the color red? They'll start to have visions. They'll start to imagine things. That's sight. Okay? Now, twisting your words is when you see or hear the word nice and think it means excuse me, you think it means pleasant or easygoing individual, nice. It doesn't. The word nice, it means stupid. It means to not know. Okay, the etymology of the word nice, it means to not know. So the further and further you get away from the original, the more disease comes into play. So you have apple, then you have applesauce, then you have I don't know, what's more processed than applesauce? I have no clue. Like apple syrup, or apple. I have no clue. So just imagine something way worse than applesauce. Like the more and more processed, or the more and more further you get from the original thing, the more GMO like non-organic you get, the more disease you get. So nice, it means dumb. And when you say, I want a nice man, and you get a man that's stupid, well, you requested that. Your intention was, I want a kind man. I want a man who is understanding, who is generous, who is compassionate. That's what you meant, but you didn't cast that spell. The spell you casted was, I want an ignorant man. And now you have a man with no job. Now you have a man who is unwilling to learn, who is full of pride, because you casted that spell out. When you as a man say, I want a woman who is, who is submissive. Okay? Now you have a woman who cannot compliment you because she's only here to follow orders. She has no concept of leadership, meaning she does not understand what's required of you as your counterpart. You're not equally yoked. If you are in a democratic type of leadership, she does not understand how to be equally yoked in that process as a follower. If you and I mean that wholeheartedly, okay? You casted a spell, but your intention doesn't change the spell. Emotions mean nothing in the spirit world. They're not evidence, okay? And I hope that stung. Emotions do not hold weight in the spirit world. Oof. I'm getting hot again. Excuse me, guys. Thank you. So when you are the further and further you get away from the original definition of words, the more twisted your reality gets. Because what you speak is the spiritual attention, is how, it calls to a specific spirit, and that's how it comes, or how a certain type of spirit comes to provide for you. Okay, so for example, I don't like my life right now. I wish my life was better. Well, guess what? God does not work with luck. So wishing upon a star holds no weight with God. God is not a genie. He's not a fortune teller. He's not going to grant your wish. Nowhere in the, I haven't seen, nowhere in the Bible, correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen that God will grant your wish. Okay? So here's the deal. Okay? Idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. Okay? And do not act on the anger that comes to you. You are not anger. You are God's child. You are not anger. So don't say, I'm just so angry. Why did you just make anger your God? God already told you who you are. But then you go and spit in God's face and say, I am angry. You're not anger. You're not sad. That's not even a real thing. Emotions aren't real. Well, you know what I meant, Kyle. That's what I'm feeling. Remember, your feelings don't change the design of the spells that you cast. They don't change them. Emotions don't have weight in the spirit world. They never will. Emotions are not evidence in the spirit world. When you go and you stand before God, and he's like, well, why did you do this? And you're like, well, because I felt like he, and then you blink and there's fire all around you. Well, your feelings don't hold weight. Your idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. When you experience anger, it's best to say, I'm experiencing anger right now, instead of I am angry. You are declaring anger as your leader. And you wonder why when you're angry and you say, I'm just angry right now, leave me alone. You wonder why you go to your room and you curse them out in silence. Oh, I can't stand him. You're out loud. You're talking to yourself. Oh, I can't stand this woman right now. Why are you putting curses on their life? That's a sin. You know, people gossip all by themselves. Gossip is a sin. Usually, gossip is done with at least one other person, but you can gossip by yourself. Gossip, it just means idle curses. Like when you're hating on somebody, but you're not verifying why you're doing it. It just feels good. Oh, I need to get it off my chest. It's just so innocent. Don't listen to these demons. Do not listen to these demons. Okay? These demons will have will have you in a bind. They will have you in a bind for sure. And they won't let go. They're not designed to let go. They're like pesky mosquitoes. They don't play fair. Yes, they go after children. Yes, they go after old people. Yes, they go after you. Yes, they go after business owners. Yes, they go after healthy people. They go after people with cancer. They go after people who are just walking down the street. They don't care who you are. They're demons. So, idle words or an idle mouth is a devil's workshop. Is the devil's mouthpiece, excuse me. Idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. Gossiping and cursing people out in silence is just gossip. And gossip is a sin. Patience. Life is not about feeling good. Life is not about fun. The purpose of life is not fun. Why can't you just have fun? Nothing meaningful is fun. Now, you almost certainly will experience pleasing experiences along your growth. Yes. But fun is not part of that. Fun is a demonic trap. Fun is a demonic trap. Oh, I just want to have fun. Well, how much money have you made doing that? How much legacy have you built doing that? Is it all about money? No. Of course it's not. Have you built your family vision yet? Oh, you don't know what a family vision is. Oh, I just want to have fun. Does your family 15 generations now know the intent of your direction? About what your education expectations are? What your financial expectations are? What your family recipe expectations are? What your family reunion expectations are? If there's a family dispute, how do you resolve it? Which elder do you go to? Your family is in shambles because you want to freaking have fun. You want to sit there and you want to prioritize fun over praising God. That's why your family is in shambles. Complete obliteration right now. Because you're not putting God first. You don't even talk to God. And you're worried about fun. You curse God every other day and you're worried about fun. What is this? Where am I at? Why is this real? Why is this real? I feel like I need to talk. I need to be real with you guys right now. Your life is not where it's at because you don't talk to God. You don't mention him. You're not even concerned with him. You're only concerned with him when things like this happen. Imagine you are a parent. Okay? Just for example, you have children and your children don't even reverence you. They don't acknowledge you at all. You know, the fifth commandment that God said, fifth commandment, honor your parents. Honor your parents. Why? Your parents are a representation of God. Honor your father and your mother. This is why your life is in shambles. You don't even like God. You only come to God when you want something. You only come to your parents when you want something. What is this? You're not honoring him. Like, you're not honoring him when you only come to him when you want something. This is the truth. And for that reason, you don't have purpose in your life. For that reason, you have never discovered your purpose in your life. This is true. Kanai, I see you. It's about time, sister. So, your life is a decision. Free will, we all have it. But the twisted words that we go through, okay, the pesky demon of Leviathan, the words we hear sometimes make us upset. We want to curse people out. We want to gossip. We want to do all this foolish stuff. We want to slap people. We want to talk about our parents, how they weren't there. We don't even know the whole story, how they were there, but they abused us. We don't know the demons that they were dealing with. So we blame them, knowing that we all were born into sin. All of us are sinners. We're all filthy. We all have dirt underneath our nails. We all have snot running down our nose. The bottom of our souls are black. We're not worthy to be in his presence. So, idle words. Let me get down to 3 ways that twisted words lead you right into spiritual warfare. Number 1, idle words become the enemy's weapon. Okay? When you speak and not verify the words that come out of your mouth, the enemy will use that to spread throughout the land. Oh, I just want to vent. I want to get this off of my chest. What are you doing? Are you not emotionally intelligent? Why do you want to give anybody else your demon that you, number 1, why do you want to give anybody else your demons? Okay, but number 2, have you even verified that the other person is equipped to handle the demon that you're trying to get off of your chest? Venting is spiritual transfer. When you give out these demons, willy-nilly, number 1, you don't care about the person over there. You just don't want to feel bad. That's all. And then that tells me, number 3, you worship feeling over God. I just want to feel good. You're missing the lesson. You give that demon away too early. That demon, the gap there is not going to be healed. You're just tearing you're tearing the scab off before it can become a scar, and now it's just going to get infected again. You need to hear this. If you don't verify the words that are coming out of your mouth, you are nothing more than an evangelist for the devil. Okay? If you are, if you are not verifying the words that are coming out of your mouth, you are no better than like these songs talking about killing people. You're no better than these songs spreading depression. You're no better than like the people robbing the bank. You're no better than them. You know, this is why, like, don't throw a rock in a glass house. Oh, well, he's stealing, you know, he needs to go to prison forever. Well, weren't you just talking about the people at church? Weren't you just gossiping about the people at church? Weren't you just venting online and telling everybody how they need to, you know, like listen to you because you're a single mom and you're going through all of this stuff and you have 4 kids and you're just really struggling. You're crying on camera, which I think is fake. Most of my stuff, I think most crying on camera is fake. If it's recorded, I think it's fake. Okay? No sin is greater than the other. This is true. Okay? So, idle words become an enemy's weapon. And, like, for example, lust, Asmodeus. Okay, Asmodeus is the demon that rules over lust. If you say the things that you like with your mouth, like you profess it, oh, I just love cheesecake. Remember, lust, okay, lust is, the word lust means any source of pleasure or delight. Any source of pleasure or delight. Lust is the sin of distraction, not the sin of sex. Lust is the sin of distraction, not the sin of sex. However, okay, sex is what most people have already professed to that they love. Oh, I just love sex. You know, I love when she does this. I love when he does this. You may have professed it to your man, to your woman, but don't worry. Like, once you profess it, you open, like you've given the ticket for the demon to stand in line in order to tempt you. This is how it works. And now they know it forever. Now, forever, this demon is going to tempt you to distract you with cheesecake forever. Lust. Okay? So, idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. Okay? You don't need to say everything that you like. You don't need to say everything that you don't like. Remember, if it's not moving you toward that exist, that's just idle. That is just floating with no purpose. It's either godly purpose or demonic purpose. That's it. Okay? The second way your words, twisted words, lead you into spiritual warfare. Excuse me. Is emotional driven words create false agreements. Okay. Emotions are not real. You can detect them, but they are not real. Here's a secret that nobody really understands about emotions, but I teach this to everybody that I love, especially my students. So emotions are like darkness, and darkness is not real. It's just the absence of light. You have never seen science pull up an atom of darkness or a single cell organism of darkness. The same with happiness or sadness, okay? Or depression or any type of emotion. Now, just like darkness is the absence of light, emotions are the absence of God. it's true. Your brain is trying to make sense when your mind is focused on the illusion that God is not here. So now we have happiness. Oh, thank you for this little scrap of something. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so happy. I got lucky here. When you live in the land of abundance, how can you get lucky when you live in the land of abundance? Luck? Are you kidding me? From every tree you can freely eat. Where's the luck? There are so many opportunities to get rich. Where's the luck? From every tree you should freely eat. You should know, okay, there's no such thing as luck. God is not in the business of luck. Emotions are not real. Emotions are a tool in further and further away from God. Good emotions and bad emotions. It does not matter. Okay? When you communicate, okay, when you speak, when you cast out spells from the foundation of emotions, okay, when you say, I am angry, and then you allow anger to dictate to you, to lead you. Oh, I'm doing this because I'm angry. Oh, I'm eating because I'm angry. Oh, I'm eating because I'm happy. I'm eating because, I'm going, to the bar because I want to be happy. Well, happiness is telling you to go to the bar because that's where you found it the last time. And happiness means luck. Did you know that? Happiness means luck, but you want joy. Joy is part of grace, but joy, it means the source of happiness. Okay? Joy means the source of happiness. So when you say, I am, okay, what is God? Somebody tell me, what is God? I am that I am. As soon as you say, I am, here's something that needs to connect. You are made in God's image. You are made in God's image. You are God's artificial intelligence. You are made in God's image. Okay? God said, I am that I am. When you say, I am sadness, I am sad, you are saying, I am the representation of sad. I am not godly. I am not any. This is what sadness is. Me. I am sad. When you say, I am angry, I am not godly. I am anger itself. Now anger can dictate to me. Now, please, anger, lead me. This is why we curse people out, because we are letting emotions that aren't not even real tell us what they're freaked to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. I am happy. So you want to flatter people, tell people false encouragement with things that they don't even deserve. You're creating narcissists. Don't do that. Oh, you go, girl. You go, sis, queen. Stop that. You're creating narcissists. This is why we have so much narcissistic people today. Flattery. So, do not speak from an emotional base. Okay? Fear, anger, self-pity, those words become spiritual contracts. Demons twist emotional words into footholds. Agreements that shape how you feel, how you see yourself, and how others see you. What starts as, I can't do this, or I'll never change, becomes prophecy. It becomes prophecy of defeat if it goes unchecked. Do not prophesy over your own life in that manner, especially not if there are witnesses. Okay, what does the Bible say about witnesses? Where there be two or more. Do not. Okay. Next. The third way, twisted words lead you into spiritual warfare. Flattery and manipulation opens doors to pride. So, flattery. Okay. What is flattery? We spoke about that a little bit, okay? Flattery means to give undue praise. So when you give somebody a praise that they did not deserve, you'll see that under somebody's post, like a woman who's leading with her sexual energy, like OnlyFans, or, a man with his, chest out, and he's, leading with his sexual energy, all this crazy stuff. Flattery, you'll see it in the comment section. Oh, you're a king. Oh, you're a queen. Beautiful. Oh, art. Oh my God, you're so great. You don't know if this woman is great. And by the looks of it, she's low. She's not great. You don't know if he's great. He's only showing his body because he knows you are sexually immature. Words of flattery feel kind, but they are not. They are evil. Flattery leads into arrogance, which in turn creates narcissism. Flattery is giving undue praise. Arrogance is when you give yourself undue praise. It's the pattern of stacking. When you get told the same thing over and over and over, you did good at soccer when you lost a soccer match, and you lost every single last one of your games, and your mom and dad is telling you that you did good at soccer. Now you're the only arrogant one in soccer practice. Well, my mom told me I did good. We lost a soccer game because of all of you, not because of me. I did good. I'm perfect. Now you have a narcissist in soccer practice. Twisted words. Leviathan. Okay? Do not flatter. Do not encourage through flattery. It's not kind. It's evil. Not all evil actually feels bad. Did you know that? Most evil feels very good. Most evil feels very good. So, demons use flattery to stir pride, to stir that ego up, and ultimately leads you in as a narcissist. If it's women, it's Jezebel. Okay. If it's men, it's Ahab. The backboneless man. Okay. Manipulation opens doors to pride. Okay, words of flattery, even if it's meant kindly. Remember, the design of your words, like the intent of your spells does not change the design of how it's casted. Okay, just because you intend it to be water, it's still poison. Demons use flattery to stir pride, ego, and narcissism. When someone begins to love the sound of their own praise more than the truth, Leviathan steps in, Ashtaroth steps in, Jezebel steps in, Delilah steps in, Lilith steps in. Words that should build up begin to inflate, distort, and separate people from God's purpose. Okay? Tips for guarding your mouth. Number one, patience. Remember, patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. Calm endurance through misfortune. Calm endurance through misfortune. Before you speak, verify the words. Verify. Does this align with God's truth and my purpose? Remember, God is not in time. God is not in what we humans consider time to be. He is outside of it. He is timeless. If there's a beginning, God was before that. If there's an end, God is also beyond that. God does not rush you. He will never rush you. If you feel rushed, it's demonic activity. Hurry up and answer the email. Why? I mean, literally, if it's not in your purpose and you feel rushed, leave it alone. It's a distraction. If you're grinding out your email funnel and you have, your boyfriend is, getting you to come in the room because he wants some sexy time. Stop. Maybe you want to go in the room, but it's not time. No. That urge. Okay, demons work in really strange ways. If they can't get to you, they sometimes operate through people to get to you, and it's oftentimes in the people that you love the most. Distractions are demonic. So if it does not align with God's purpose and God's truth, leave it alone. Okay? If not, silence is stronger than any type of communication. Remember, Leviathan feeds off of motion. Leviathan feeds off of arguments. So he needs for you to go back and forth with somebody. He needs for you to say somebody's stupid and for them to call you stupid back and for you to prove their point and for them to prove their point. He needs that, like an alligator ripping off that limb of the animal. He goes back and forth with his head. Leviathan, the sea serpent, the crocodile, the whatever, Godzilla, he needs you to go back and forth. Arguments is spiritual food for this demon. Okay? In Proverbs 17 and 27 through 28, it says, the one who has knowledge uses words with restraint, and whoever has understanding is even-tempered. Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and and discerning if they hold their tongues. Okay? Now, I hope this has blessed you. Okay? If you want to listen to the full message of this post, this live stream, okay, I want you to go over to my YouTube. It will be posted there. It's a long one. I did an hour and a half today, but I'm not feeling too good. I thank God for the push. I thank God for all of you. Okay. I thank God for your attention. I thank God for your push for life. I thank God for your resilience. I thank God for your patience. I thank God for your way of keeping the flame alive. This little light of mine, even the darkest of rooms can't outweigh the tiniest of candles. The smallest light will illuminate the darkness of rooms. You've got to stay on the path of hope. Only then God will bring you through. Okay? God always has a plan, no matter how hard it is. Do not complain. Thank God for the lesson. When you feel that things are going all against you, your business is failing, you're about to go bankrupt, you don't have any money, maybe you just lost your job, maybe your wife cheating on you, your husband cheating on you, something crazy like this, your car just broke down. You don't complain about it. You thank God for the soil. It feels like life is so much pressure, like all the stuff, like you're being buried. No, you're not being buried. You're being planted. You've been planted, but you're too stuck in your location while you're there instead of growing. You don't care about growing. You only care about complaining. Start thanking God, okay? I thank God for all of you. I even thank God for being sick. I thank God for not being able to get up a couple of days ago. I thank God for life. I thank God for the blue skies. I thank God for the food I have. I thank God for the family and friends that I have. I thank God for sensation. I thank God for my platforms. What are you thankful for? Okay? You need to start thanking God more, and you'll be shocked what happens. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. This was a great live today. I love each and every one of you. Next week, the topic will be the humble brag. And I want everybody to know I do have a subscription to the Woods Owned School. It's about, I think it's $29 a month. If you want more access to me, weekly lessons that are not out here. I have not published these lessons on social media yet. You have a unique community in my Discord where you get to speak to people who are going through their spiritual awakening. Okay? I encourage you to join and become a member, okay? It's a subscription, it is. I'm not going to lie. But it feels like family. And once a month, I have a group Zoom, and you'll be able to ask questions, any questions that you have about you. I'll stay on as long as you want, every month. Okay? But I hope to see you next week, okay? I love each and every one of you. Until then, love is the only way. And if you didn't know, now you know.